Okay, welcome to Crypto News and Investigative Reports. Oh my goodness, what a great day it's been. I kind of stayed up late last night and kind of saw Bitcoin hit that $5,000 mark. Went over $5,000 last night. But that's one thing about the virtual currency market is 24/7, 365. And that's what makes it really good because the prices of virtual currency is the same all over the world, so to speak. But yeah, what a great day to be in virtual currency. Virtual currency, everything's green today, you know. You got Bitcoin moving up pretty good. Ethereum's moving up pretty good. XRP's at 36 cents. Litecoin's at $80. Bitcoin Cash at $273.73. EOS at $5.14. It's gained 21.48%. EOS is really was picking up today. It gained. Litecoin gained 31.91%. Everything is just really blowing up. XLM, they even gained 12%. So today is a great day to be in virtual currency because you could see how the bulls are definitely running. And man, doesn't it feel great to get some good news finally about being in virtual currency? Some great news about being in virtual currency. But, you know, I guess the question is, what started this bull run? And what we do know is that it was not the financial investor. It wasn't BAC. It wasn't Fidelity. It wasn't the big FIs. It was something I tweeted out. And please follow me on Twitter, Crypto News and Investigative Reports. We're at Robtech, ROBTECH, Robtech P. What I did is I tweeted this out earlier this morning, about 8:25 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. I said this could be the biggest April Fool's joke in crypto history. However, it is refreshing to have some good news. Already starting to rescind some of the, at that time, some of the virtual currencies was pulling back. And I just say kind of watch the pullback. I'm not a financial advisor. And I'm not a financial advisor. I was just sharing what I've heard from some of the people that I follow that are excellent in what they do. But, you know, I gotta, if you don't follow Joe Sass, you gotta follow Joe Sass. He's just an awesome technical analysis for Block TV. I really like Block TV. And he hit me back with this article. Joe hit me back and he said, look into the 20K Bitcoin buy whale. It was a well purchased 7K on 3 different exchanges. And I said, yep. I was very interested. And when I heard him say that, I was checking it out. And he sent me a Bitcoin jumps 20%, an article from Reuters. Bitcoin jumps 20%, mystery order seen as a catalyst. Bitcoin soared to its highest in almost 5 months on Tuesday, pulling smaller cryptocurrencies up with it after a major order by an anonymous purchaser. And so, you know, they did say that some fake news came out. I'll use that term, fake news. Fake report came out about an ETF being approved. And they say that might have triggered this bull run. And there's a couple of more suggestions of what triggered this bull run. But hey, nevertheless, the bulls are running. And everybody's super glad about it. I'm super glad about having the good news. But anyway, I want to also share with you a couple of pieces of video there was a meeting today, and it was the 13th annual Capital Markets Summit, and this was it was in Washington, D.C. today, April 2nd, 2019, and it was titled The New World of Finance. And the chairman of the leadership board, J.J. Johnson, spoke, and he spoke on fintechs, our next priority. And so this is kind of a banking institution group. They're the Center for Capital Markets and Competitiveness. And they're kind of a banking in Washington, D.C. They kind of hold a summit on banking. All right. But today, J.J. Johnson talked in his opening statement about fintech is the banking's next priority. And he talked about the future of banking and virtual currencies and cryptocurrencies. I want to take a minute to let you hear what he had to say. Here we go.
Companies have historically been a key source of economic and job growth, innovation, and wealth creation for investors. Sound financial regulation should ensure that companies of every size and from every sector, from the latest startups to mature global companies, can access financing and other financial services that they need. But there are some disincentives for companies to go and or stay public, both from regulations and from some activists. And fewer public companies means fewer opportunities for Americans to build wealth through shared ownership. In response, Chamber President and CEO Tom Donahue announced at his 2019 State of American Business Address that the Chamber was launching a new comprehensive campaign to meet these attacks head-on. In other activity, CCMC and the Chamber are leading the way with new and relevant research. Earlier this month, they released a report on the role of insurance investments in the U.S. economy. You'll see a card on your table that highlights a few ways that the insurance industry impacts the U.S. economy, such as their investments in transportation and infrastructure. The CCMC's accomplishments are so numerous over the last period of time, I could really spend the entirety of this morning listing them, but I'm not going to do that. Instead, I'm going to look to our next priorities, which will be guided by many of the topics raised throughout this summit, which is entitled The New World of Finance. Fintech is one of those major themes. The fintech category incorporates initiatives as diverse as online lending platforms, faster underwriting with algorithms, data aggregation, and cryptocurrency. We are encouraged that innovation offices have been established in almost every banking regulator and at the SEC and CFTC. In fact, we have commissioners from both the SEC and CFTC speaking later this morning. The future of fintech will be impacted in part by whether regulators get this just right, enabling and encouraging innovation while also setting appropriate standards to protect customers. In all, you will hear from practitioners and leaders in both the public and private sectors that are at the forefront of our efforts to improve our regulatory system to provide safer, faster, and cutting-edge solutions for consumers and businesses of all sizes.
All right, so I'll stop it right there. Actually, just to reiterate, he was saying that for our next priorities is fintech, and what he was also saying was they're going to be focusing in on virtual currencies, cryptocurrencies. This is the Center for Capital Markets and Competitiveness. This was the New World of Finance, their conference today in Washington, D.C., and cryptocurrency is on their mind. These guys are trying, these regulators, because somebody from the CFTC was there, and that's the it is the Commodities Trading, CFT, the Commodities Futures Trading, and also the Security and Exchange Commission, all of these acronyms. They were all there today, and they were all talking about trying to govern, trying to regulate, and they're all trying to figure out this year what are they going to do about regulating virtual currencies. All right, and so Christine Lagarde was there. Well, Christine Lagarde was there. I always get screw her name up. She was there today, and she spoke as well. I tweeted out a little bit of what she had to say as well. It's on our Twitter page. So make sure you go by Crypto News and Investigative Reports and pull up their Twitter and see what's going on. Also, follow Block TV. What a great job Block TV did today with all of the news and an analysis. It was just awesome what's going on and how everything is happening. There's one more piece of video I want to share with you today before I go. It is also regards to banking, and I want you to hear what here he is right here. This is CEO Brandon Bloomer. He's of Block One of EOS, And this was their 2019 blockchain summit. This was also the future of banking and cryptocurrencies. And the question was asked to him, will we still go to the bank, or will banks become obsolete? I think that's a very relevant question. And when we're talking about what we need as consumers, that's a question that directly relates to consumers. Will we still be going to the bank, or will banks become obsolete? And he says retail banking will be massively impacted. So I've got to let you hear what the CEO of EOS has to say. Let's see if we can get that. And here you go.
30 years, are we going to be going to the bank, or will bank real estate be obsolete? That's a great question, and a bit of a controversial one as well. I always say that retail banking, right, where we store our money, and it's actually native out of the functionality of blockchain, right? So retail banking will be massively impacted. As consumers, we have very little option on how we hold our value today, right? Most people don't have the balance sheets to apply for things like accredited investor status, and so pretty much our money is seconded to banks. We put it in our deposits, and then it all gets pulled up through a very hierarchical system, and they invest for us, basically, and then they pay us interest. Now, as projects move forward and they become tokenized, people are going to be able to put their value in things that they know and understand. As you look into these decentralized communities, and I believe truly every product in the future will have a token component to it. And what will that do? If you take everyone knows those thought leaders or those people that move into a clothing brand early on because it's cool and no one knows about it, but then when everyone moves in after them, they say, oh, then they move on. That's going to become a career in the future, because their ability to expose themselves financially to the success of those early stage projects through tokenization is going to be game changing. So right now it's very difficult for people to put their money anywhere other than a bank. And it's even difficult to invest in products and services you love. Sometimes you might like a specific product, but if you want to put your value behind it, you have to first see, is it a publicly traded company? And if it is a publicly traded company, is it a conglomerate that holds many different things? I can't actually invest in something that's directly tied to the thing that I understand. And so what's going to change is money is going to slowly over time flow out of the banks and into direct possession of the people, and they're going to have the ability to put it in things that they understand and be evangelists for those projects so that they can impact their own value creation.
Okay, so I just wanted you to hear what he had to say about banks. CEO Brendan Bloomer of EOS, he just told us right there, guys, banking is going to be seriously impacted because of virtual currencies and tokenization. All right, so like I said, today is just a great day to be in a virtual currency. Everything looks like it's in the green in the last 24 hours. Up and down a little bit, but everything it's just been a great day for virtual currencies. All right, I don't want to hold you too much longer. I just want to say thank you for joining us. Please follow us on YouTube. Please subscribe. Also hit that button. It'll give you an alert when we put up a video. And please follow us on Twitter, Crypto News and Investigative Reports at RobTech, ROBTECHP, RobTechP. Thank you for joining.